This is an essay entitled Luciferians, What They Really Believe by Poetic Heretic. Luciferianism is as fascinating as it is mysterious. In this report, we will explore what Luciferianism is and what it is not, what Luciferians believe and what they do not believe, as well as some of the allegations made about Luciferianism. Let it be known that there is no agenda behind this video. I, Poetic Heretic, indeed do not claim to be a Luciferian myself, and it is my intention to deliver this material in the most objective, impartial, and unbiased manner possible, though admittedly it may be unavoidable that my own personal biases come through some of the time. Lucifer means light bearer or morning star. The morning star is said to refer to the planet Venus, as does the name Lucifer in Latin. Luciferianism represents rebellion against all orthodoxy, though it is not as rebellious as Satanism, understood to be an entirely separate religion. Additionally, Luciferianism represents progress and intellectual inquiry, as well as creativity, freedom, perfection, exploration, and experience-based knowledge via what occultists call the left-hand path. It is also about self-knowledge. While there is no one set of beliefs that all Luciferians adhere to, some generalizations can be made. Luciferians believe strongly in freedom of speech and individuality. They also generally believe in the idea of do what thou wilt from Aleister Crowley's Book of the Law. To them, Lucifer is a being that helps bring enlightenment. He is also a being of balance, representing both light and dark, as well as the spiritual and the carnal in one entity. Some believe he is literally real, while to others he is only symbolic. Luciferians tend to see Satanists as more about rebelling against Christianity, while they, Luciferians, are more about walking their own path regardless of any other religion. Some Luciferians criticize Satanists for their resistance, but still acknowledge their Luciferian beliefs are quite different from the beliefs of Christianity. Luciferians tend to see their belief system as a progression or evolved form of Satanism. The belief that Lucifer is about freeing humanity from the illusions of Yahweh is also common amongst Luciferians. They respect the being or idea of Lucifer as opposed to worshipping him. They are also not particularly antagonistic towards those following Christianity. They often view Christians as victims of their own religion, unable to escape it. Additionally, they disagree with the paradigm of God and religion. They do not see things in terms of good and evil, nor do they believe in heaven and hell, or if some do, not in the way that heaven and hell are classically understood. A number of Luciferians delve into magic and, at least according to some sources, see it as an ongoing process of self-improvement. It is important to point out that Luciferianism is not synonymous with Satanism, as some may believe. It is not a subset of Satanism. It is also interesting to note that even the Christian Bible does not use the names Satan and Lucifer interchangeably, but instead Lucifer is only mentioned in one verse, Isaiah 14:12. In some translations, he is not mentioned at all, but instead is referred to as the morning star. According to many, the verse actually referred to the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, and interestingly enough, the word Satan originally was only a term describing the adversary who challenged the Hebrews' faith. It was not a name. Luciferians see Satanists as not spiritual at all, focused only on the physical world. At the same time, many Luciferians see Lucifer and Satan as different sides of the same coin, Satan representing the physical, and Lucifer representing the spiritual. To Luciferians, Satanists indulge in what the church defines as sin, only because the church defines it as such. Luciferians arguably cannot truly be defined as evil, for they do not see Lucifer as evil at all, and acknowledge that only a madman would worship a being of pure evil. There are those, however, who will strongly disagree with this notion. Many conspiracy theorists believe that Luciferianism is at the heart of a sinister worldwide conspiracy. Views on this can be highly polarized, but such theories are generally considered to be nothing more than thinly veiled Nazi propaganda that has made its way into modern times. Nevertheless, let us briefly take a look at the allegations. An organization conspiracy theorists claim to be powerfully linked to the Luciferian conspiracy is Freemasonry. Most reference an alleged speech by Albert Pike, a famous Freemason. In this speech, the theorists argue, Pike essentially says Lucifer is God. However, Masons today claim this was a hoax by Leo Taxil, and it must be pointed out that Taxil confessed this in 1897. The allegation that those quote-unquote in control of Freemasonry are Satanists is even more questionable considering Luciferians, as mentioned earlier, make a clear distinction between Lucifer and Satan. While doing the research for this report, it continually perplexed baffles me that those believing in a Luciferian conspiracy never seem to address the belief by actual Luciferians that Lucifer is different from Satan. Why do the conspiracy theorists never point this out? Or, if they believe it is a lie that Lucifer and Satan are separate entities, why not simply say so? But to be fair, I shall point out that Freemason Robert Lomas has stated that inherent in the beliefs of Freemasonry is the fact that Freemasonry is neither supportive nor unsupportive of devil worship. One could conclude from that statement that some Freemasons worshiping the devil is at least technically and theoretically possible. Make of that what you will. Those who believe in a Luciferian conspiracy point to Alice Bailey, successor of Madame Blavatsky, founder of Theosophy, and alleged inspiration to Hitler. They claim that Bailey admitted to worshipping Lucifer and founded the Lucis Trust, alleged by the theorists to be named after Lucifer. Its members included powerful Americans, and the theorists claim it was in favor of a one-world government. Conspiracy theorists claim Albert Pike stated in his book Morals and Dogma that he worships Lucifer. After looking at the quote in question, however, the accusation appears glaringly false. But don't take my word for it. The following is the full quote from Morals and Dogma, from which you can conclude for yourself the essence of Pike's words. Quote, "The apocalypse is, to those who receive the 19th degree, the apotheosis of that sublime faith which aspires to God alone, and despises all the pomps and works of Lucifer. Lucifer, the light-bearer, strange and mysterious name to give to the spirit of darkness. Lucifer, son of the morning, is it he who bears the light, and with its splendors intolerable blinds feeble, sensual, or selfish souls? Doubt it not, for traditions are full of divine revelations and inspirations, and inspirations is not of one age or of one creed." End quote. It indeed appears that Albert Pike was condemning Lucifer. Having looked at all this nearly 10 years after my original video on the subject, it appears that not much has changed. Perhaps it is the fate of Luciferianism to forever be misunderstood by so many. Perhaps, as I have concluded so many times before, people only see what they want to see. But this is of no concern to the Luciferian, who proudly and even happily walks his or her own path of knowledge and freedom, seeking to unite the physical with the non-physical, the carnal with the spiritual. It appears there will always be those who are open to such alternative paths, just as there will always be those who condemn them out of fear. After all, how can there be enlightenment without those originally in the dark?